All right, it says we are live.
Cool. Now, will we be able to see their
Yes,
comment? Okay, how does
yes.
okay?
You'll be able to see them on. Can you see on the side where it says StreamYard?
I see where it says like private chat and comments.
Yeah,
So if when they comment under the video, that's where they'll go.
yeah. They'll go on the
Okay,
side
okay,
over there. Yeah,
okay.
and then there's a way that, and I don't have that special one with me in here. There's a way that I can hit it. I have a special ink pen with the what you call it tip on it that I use.
The stylus
But
tip.
yes, but I don't have it in here right now, so it's okay. It's all right. Hello, hey Monique. Can you see that? Can you see Monique's comments on the side?
Let me go to. Oh, okay. I was under private chat. Yeah, I can see. Hey.
Okay. Hey Monique. Welcome to Friday night where Joss is running her mouth. One of my favorite things to do since we've been in a pandemic is talk to authors about their work. So I have Tay Monae, and I'm going to tell you this is my first time reading Tay. Um,
Ooh.
this is my first book by you. So, I mean, I've been seeing, like we were just saying, how you've been seeing a certain,
Right.
her and seeing her popping her work. But there's so much stuff going on, and then your faves drop stuff, and
Right.
you try to support everybody because you don't want nobody saying you a hater. Because that's what
But
I'm
there's
not.
always those ones you drop and you be like, okay, let me go read. I'm the same way.
Let me drop. Let me get it together. So, this is
Definitely the
my
same
first
way.
time, and I will say before I would get into it. I will say I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I really did. So, tell
Yay.
me how you got into writing. I always ask that question first.
Right. I feel like this is like everybody's answer. But honestly, I've always written like when we used to have to do like tests in school and they used to have like the short answer things, like every time when they had like they give you a prompt and they'd be like, write whatever about it. My teachers would always tell me like, you have a gift in this, like this is something you should always think about, whatever. And then in fourth grade, my teacher, we actually had to make a story about like a certain using like Greek mythology, and I
Hmm.
made it about how Valentine's Day came from the goddess Venus, and I think I used Zeus or something. And so like he like really was like impressed by it or whatever. So from there, I just like always wrote like poetry or little short stories, and then they don't do them as much anymore, but there used to be like little short Sunday groups, and like some authors used to do them in their reading groups. But
Hmm.
I just like started doing it, and somebody sent it to my previous publisher, and she reached out to me like, how come you didn't tell me you could write? And I was just like, because I just write in private. Like, so I went back and forth. Like she was like, well, I want to, I think you should, pursue it. And I'm like, I'm one of those people, if I feel like I won't, I don't like to put myself out there if I feel like I'm not really confident in it. So I was like, no, like there's so many people in the industry, people might not pay attention, whatever. And so she was like, just do it. We'll do a short contract, see how it goes, whatever. And my first three books did good, and I just took off from there.
Okay, good, good. Hey,
Yeah.
Allegra. Hey,
Hey,
it's enough room, I feel, in this industry for everybody.
there
There's
is.
gonna be those people who not feeling your work, and there's gonna be those people who are loving it. So I would
Agreed.
say just keep striving, keep doing what you do. There's a particular author that says, I don't write for you, I write for me. So if I love it, you
That's
get the
it.
benefits of enjoying it. So just keep that
Yep.
mindset in. So I'm gonna jump right in. I hope everybody had a good week. I'm gonna jump right in. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat. I posted it. I don't like her mother. I don't like her
I
mother. I
got
do not
so
like her
so many people.
mother. Right off the rip, I was like, I don't like this lady. So, um, give me a recap, basically, of how this story came about.
So honestly, I watch like a lot of like animes and stuff, like So I was watching actually a show, and there was one of the shows had to do with like someone lose like one of the characters, losing their memory or whatever.
Okay.
And I don't know, I was just kind of like that would be like an interesting. Like I haven't read a lot of memory loss books, and I was like, that would be kind of interesting. A character losing their memory, and then they'll happen to fall in love with their spouse or whatever again. So from
Hmm.
there, I literally just was like, I want to write a book about it, and it kind of just evolved from there.
Well, you put it on a different spin because usually the ones that I have read like that are like they are already married. They have a whole
Life,
life together already, so then they have family members that are trying to help them, everybody. This
right?
was the total opposite. Like her mother, I mean, she wasn't even dealing with her mother at all. And the fact that she had this accident, she's pregnant, they're happy, and then yeah, Monique, her mom was horrible, evil.
She was.
So, you start off with the beginning and they have the accident. And the fact that they were like keeping him away from her the whole time. Now he's hurt, he's hurt in the accident. She's pregnant. You lose your baby. And then the fact that you front like you don't even tell her she
Nothing.
had a baby.
Nothing. And
Like
then when it comes out that she did, you like played it off like it wasn't a
it was no
like
big
big
deal.
deal.
I think that took me out the most when she was like, no, what took me out the most is when she lied and said you were gonna abort it anyway.
Abortion.
And I was like, how the hell she what wait. And I honestly thought Daniel was just a good guy that kind of got caught
Right.
up. But then like, oh,
You lied.
you in on it. You ain't just caught up. You in on it. And so, of course,
It's
throughout the whole book, my whole heart was with Zachary. Like, this poor man, he lucky. I mean, he went to grief counseling, which I get. And the whole, 18 months of not knowing, hey, Yana, 18 months of not knowing nothing. Like, you literally took her from everybody, not just him,
yeah, from
but from
everybody.
Tori too. Like, you just
I
lied and said,
know.
"Oh, she don't live here anymore." What the hell kind of foolishness is this? So,
I know it's so funny because like with the whole abortion thing and everything, like I went back and forth at first if I was even going to kill the baby. Like at first I was like maybe I'll keep the baby, and then I was like no, I was like I really want this to be like they have to literally start everything from scratch. And then I was like, okay, well maybe I make it so Daniel wasn't really aware of things. But then I was like, no, it wouldn't really make sense if the reason why, because the whole merger thing. I was like, he has to have known something. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm just gonna let it write itself, and how it plays out, it plays out.
Monique said she didn't
I
trust.
didn't trust
Wait, okay.
Daniel.
Oh, duh. See how I'm so confused. I'm on my
Oh,
Mac,
that's
y'all,
cool.
tonight, y'all. My Mac is holding on. It's holding on tonight,
It is.
y'all.
I didn't trust
So,
Daniel from the beginning. Really?
you know what? I didn't get a bad vibe from him. I guess because in the scene where they go back for her mother's vow renewal,
Right.
and um when she's like trying to talk to her out of Yana's like when they're trying to talk to when she's trying to convince
Okay.
her.
Well, not to go into town.
Yeah, well, that was first, not to go into town, but then after she went into town and after she had her encounter with Zachary and she's asking these questions. No,
Right.
that was after Tori, right? When she blacked out.
Yeah. After Tori's when she blacked
At
out.
whatever point it was that he sat there and he was shifting his eyes and looking uncomfortable. I think that's what made us feel like, well, I felt like
Right.
he got caught up in this story. And then when he kind of said, well, we were together and we broke up, it's like, okay, so he's wrong for
Not telling you,
not
but
telling
at the
her and
same.
trying to, right. But at the same time, but then come to find out this is all about a merger. Nigga, what?
No, for
No,
real.
no.
Goodness, he was packing out of town on business. I thought he was messing around on her. Yeah, I feel like everyone does that. Like they always give the guy, like a side chick or like a baby, whatever, whatever. So I didn't want to make it to where he was like creeping on her or anything. Like I wanted it to originally, like you said, like kind of seem like he was a straight up, guy or whatever. Like I didn't want him to come off like shady or anything at first, have a whole nother girl or anything. I feel like that's done a lot. So I kind of wanted to do something different a little. The woman was responding to, oh my
I like
gosh,
it,
women naturally have more softer hearts towards grandchildren. The children's
right? Right.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
was so mad at that. Like I was literally, I would sit. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna keep making posts that I hate this woman, but God, doggone it,
No,
I
she
did
was
not like
definitely
her.
Satan. Like she was, and the fact that this wasn't even like, I mean, nothing makes it okay, but like this was her stepdad at that. Like it wasn't even like her dad. It wasn't anybody like blood to her. It was someone who just was like, she doesn't even like the guy. Like, she doesn't even acknowledge him.
She
You
doesn't
know?
acknowledge him as her dad,
Yeah. So it's
and
like you go hard for him, and
it almost, not to tell you how to write your
I know
story,
it's fine.
but it was almost like, okay, did you even love her father? Did you love your first husband? Like you, I mean, just her whole attitude was like she was just so in love with the stepdad, and whatever he says go. And so it's almost like, what is wrong with you?
Right.
And then when she said stuff about the father, like he always treated you so soft. That's not like, you cared nothing about her dreams, her, what she wanted. It was all about
Me.
yeah, me. So of course, here's the perfect opportunity. She done had this accident. She done lost this baby, and now I can mold her and manipulate her mind the way I want to do. And what got me was, how in the world did the rehab center, like, that's unethical. How do you even, how the hell are y'all still in business? Like, if I
No,
was
for
that kid,
real.
I'd be going after them. If I was her, I'd be like, wait a minute now. You know, right, Ayana, evil ass woman.
Yeah, from like,
Horrible.
I honestly, that was another part that kind of like, I was like, how am I going to play this off? Because I was like, I've never met anyone who's had memory loss. So I was like, I had to kind of look it up and see, like, is this even possible for people, whatever, whatever. And a lot of the stuff I was seeing was like, people normally, when they have a traumatic, experience like that,
Mm-hmm.
if they're reminded or like certain clues or whatever. So I was like, okay, she's gonna have to leave town because there's no way she can keep on coming around and stuff is gonna start clicking. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
and the mom, I was like, she has to have some type of connection, which now that I'm thinking about it, I should have went whatever, but some type of connection to make it, so that she didn't have that them pieces somehow getting together.
Mm-hmm. The
And I'm
mama
just like,
tried,
oh.
like, straight up told her Tori left. Tori don't live here no more.
Her
Like
and her
you
parents.
was, so then it's like, well, you just as, the mama just as, to me, just as dumb as can be, because you thought you was gonna have her come to town almost a week beforehand, and she was just gonna sit in the house. She's already sitting in the house, there. So it's
Right.
like, girl, bye, girl. But I was so glad when she just started kind of venturing out. I ain't gonna lie, she did make me mad. Noelle made me not mad, but, and I got it. I understood her need to break away for a moment, and after everything that came out,
I
I
knew you
felt
were going to say that part.
so bad when Tori was just talking and she literally blacked out and then ended up back in the hospital, and and the mom was still trying to keep him out. Like, he was like, nah, I ain't going nowhere now.
Yeah, that
She
she
didn't
didn't
even want to
want.
leave her. She didn't want her to leave out. You're right. She didn't want her to leave the house for nothing. Like,
Like she was like the kids in the flower in the attic or something. Like, no, you can't go outside.
you just stay here. Stay here. Like, what you even bring me to town for if I had to stay locked up in the house? So I got that a lot of stuff was like deja vu
Yeah.
for her. And poor little I'm glad Lizzie, is that her name Lizzie, right?
Yeah.
Liz, little best friend. I'm glad she wasn't psycho. Like, oh no, you're gonna be mine. Yeah, I know that's that movie. Like, I'm glad Lizzie wasn't. I'm glad you didn't put in there. I love this story, but I'm glad it wasn't like Lizzie
She
was
was
a
like really
psycho.
attached or whatever.
Yes, yes. Like she could have went left. Like, nah, you gonna be with me, and I'm gonna make sure she don't get her memory back. I'm glad it didn't go that. They had
And
enough.
at first, they
They had
did.
enough drama without adding any extra. The mama, the stepdaddy, Daniel, all of that was enough drama for me. They didn't need to
Without
add
that.
anything extra.
And at first I was
So,
gonna have her like that. Like that's why her initial like introduction when Zach first like talks about her, he kind of seems like annoyed. But then like as I start like writing or whatever, I was like, I want him to have somebody who can relate to him, you know? So I felt it would have been better for him to have somebody to because you know his family was there, but they didn't really get it. Like they never been through that loss, you know? So I felt like him having somebody he could connect with, someone he met, you know, through the whole process he's been through, you know, was kind of good for him. So I
mm,
didn't make her like the whatever, the annoying chick or whatever.
yeah. I liked in the beginning, so if I can get back to it, when he's talking to his therapist, and the therapist gives him the scripture. Uh-oh. Can I find it real quick? Probably not. When he's saying he doesn't need her, you know, he's done all he can with the therapy. Um John 14:27, the peace I leave with you, my peace I give you, I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. And then the near, I ain't trying to preach, y'all. I'm not. I'm just saying, like, it made sense because it was enough. Like, and the Nehemiah 8:10, do not grieve, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. Like, he needed to move on. Like, he said he knew that she was always that he just wanted to know that she was okay. But the fact
Right.
that I love a therapist, and I need to find me one. I
Oh,
love a
you're welcome,
therapist
Monique,
that
girl.
um I love a therapist that can give you sound, listen to you, be a sounding board, but then also drop some real spiritual knowledge on you as well,
Yes.
as a balance of both worlds. You know what I mean? It's not preachy, but it's just enough to make you think and give you that extra piece that you need. And so I
Right in your spirit.
right. And I think that helped him, even though he did have his moments where he had to go and have some drinks and you know, um I wanted to kick his brother in his kneecaps when he was just being, but I know that's what twins do. That's what brothers do and all of that. But thanks for writing Lizzie the way you did, because she had potential to be. She did. She did. And then when he played at the end, toward the end, I was like, oh, you really? Really? That's your get back? Okay. That's your get back. Let me act like
It's more than it
it's
is.
more than it is. And then you thought she was really gonna talk to you? Dude, get out of here. That's what I was gonna say. I was a little mad with her for having to leave. And then when she left and said, I'm gonna come back. I'll be back. And then Daniel just blew her head all the way up and messed her up with his
Yeah.
with his, I want to say, bipolar.
Narcissistic.
Yeah, like, okay, wait a minute. No, I've been good to you. I give you anything you want. Some women, we don't all just want to sit at home. We don't
I
all
agree.
want to. We want to. Some of us, and I had knocked nobody that wants to sit at home. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. Before COVID, I was like, I just want to go home. I don't want to do this. I'm
Now
tired of
you're like, let me
teaching.
out.
Right. I'm tired of teaching. I want to just be at home. And so it was like, oh, we're gonna be at home for a couple of weeks. And so then the first part of COVID, it was like, okay, I've been at home, I'm rejuvenated, I'm ready to go back, I'm ready to get it. And like, I feel like if COVID hadn't happened, I probably would have quit teaching altogether and moved on to something else. But I feel like now I've gotten my mojo back, I'm rejuvenated or whatever.
Right.
But you love being at home? I do too, because I'm not now it's like we're going back in January and I ain't ready. I still ain't ready. I'm enjoying teaching from home, but then, like I was talking earlier about my stamina, I feel like I need to be out,
Right.
like not around people, but doing more than what I'm doing.
I definitely can see that.
Anyway, yes, you see, you right, Monique. She said, "I told you, I told you he was not."
Such a waste. He was.
He
He
was.
was.
I, do you think he was a waste, or he just? I think I want to say that was more ego. I want to believe he was wrong. I ain't gonna say he wasn't wrong. He was wrong for participating in the sham of what they did to her. But I want to feel like his ego was truly bruised when, like, you gonna leave me? I'm a businessman. I travel. My family has money for this barber, and that was
Right.
like, don't. And that was her mother's mentality. He's just a barber. Why do you want to open up a? This is what I'm thinking. Why
Right,
do you
right.
want to open up a art
Art
gallery?
gallery.
That's not. And I'm like, are you crazy? People who have art galleries and help other people, they make money. Those things are. And then in a I don't know how small the town is, but
Right. And an intimate, like little. Yep.
girl, are you crazy? What
Stupid.
I don't get. I don't get it. But I loved his parents, how supportive they
Yeah.
were. His mom and her had this good conversation. And even when he was mad with her and she ran into his mom at the store coffee house,
Yeah.
it was just enough that they were close enough that the mom didn't overstep her boundaries. She just was,
Right.
you'll get okay. It'll be all right. It'll all work itself out. I gotta go though. I ain't gonna sit. I'm not gonna sit here and baby you. I'm gonna, give you this, drop these nuggets on you, and then I'm Allegra. No, we just said he wasn't Allegra. We just said
The way he treated her.
I ain't say he wasn't shit, but he wasn't real cool. What is Monique saying? A waste he went along with the sham and then the way he treated her. If you love someone, yeah, why you use that's how I felt. That's why at first I thought they dated before. Like there's some truth into this. They dated before. And then, they fell out for whatever reason, like she fell out with her
Right.
parents, and then she got with
That.
Zachary. But after the way he was acting, it was like, you are really a little jerk, huh?
Just a little man child.
Yeah, I guess that's the best way to put it. So we had this conversation before they did on why you wrote it with a small town.
Basically, it's easier when you make everything up. I've seen people call out authors because they didn't get a certain thing like, correct, or, lingo, slang, things like that. And I'm from Ohio, and nothing interesting happens in Ohio. I don't want to write about Ohio. So I was like, I lived in Georgia for a year, which is cool, but I'm like, still, I'm not an expert on Georgia. So I was like, you know what? I feel like if I make my own city, my own town, whatever, then I can create everything. I can build as I go, have whatever businesses I want. I'm not limited. So I just kind of wanted something that didn't box me in, and
Mm-hmm.
I felt like creating my own city, I could build on it how I want, make it look how I want, make the people, the businesses how I want and everything. So basically to just have complete creative freedom from everything.
I'm loving these books with these small towns. Like,
Same. I love small town books.
when I talked to CCJ a couple of weeks ago, I told her I want to find. My family thinks I'm crazy. I want to find one of these small towns and go
Yes.
visit for the holiday. Like, I don't
She
want
was one of
to
the
go on
first ones I read that like had their own, the heights and all that.
the high.
And I was like,
Yeah,
well, take me to the heights because I'm here for it. Like, take me to the heights. And then I
CCJ
read,
got the Heights. She got the Vineyard.
yes,
She got Blakewood, and LB is taking Blakewood to a whole nother level. So,
yep,
but I want to go find one of these small towns just even if it's just for the day. And I found one that's not far from, that's maybe an hour or so from yes, pot liquor. Yes, yes,
Yes.
pot liquor too. Yep. She dropping, yeah, she got them. So I love these small towns. Like I said, I'm gonna try to find one over the holiday with my mask and all and go visiting and
Listen,
all of that kind of
I
stuff.
love it.
Very unique to keep
And they're
um
so cozy. Like I feel like they're so like, they're like even like in real life small towns, like they're so cozy. Like they're not all this extra stuff. Like they're just what you see is what you get, but it's not over too much. So I love it.
mm-hmm. um so it's not a whole lot, but I like Chase. I like dudes like that. That
Oh, Chase.
personality that's funny. Um and Tori. So will we see them? We already know they slept together.
Right.
Go ahead and drop
Yeah. So you're actually gonna see all of them. I don't know if Lizzie's gonna get a book. Some people said they wanted Lizzie, but you're gonna actually see all of them again. So Tori and Chase will be first, and then Austin, and then of course, his love interest would be next, and you'll get to see why he's such a douche half of the time and all that extra stuff.
who's that? Austin.
Yeah. So Tori and Chase would be
Like
first
he's
though.
like the jerk. He's like the jerk brother. I'm trying to remember who was the first. Was he oldest?
No, yes. I don't remember.
I don't. I don't even know if you said. You might not have even
I think
said.
I did. I want to say I think he was younger. I think. I
Okay.
don't know. I can't remember. I did mention it, but I have a bad memory.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I know. I was gonna say too. I like the fact that um, even though Zachary went through everything that he went through, that they were established. They weren't. I mean, the way her mother was acting, you would think they was living. And there's nothing wrong with it, but you would have thought he had her living in the apartment over the barbershop, as
Sorry.
opposed
Can you get this? Stop, Layla.
as opposed to a house. They were established. They were not just shacking up and a fly by night couple.
Hold on,
I
because
really
the dogs are gonna start barking.
okay.
Sorry.
Monique be on it, boy. I be forgetting stuff. Monique be
Oh,
saying
Austin was younger. Okay. See,
she
I knew I mentioned it. I just can't remember.
yes, I did. I like the camaraderie among their friends. Yeah, their friendship. I love that.
Yeah, you
Um,
would have thought they were like bums the way her parents tried to like make it seem. She definitely
right,
like.
right. I'm thinking the more you read into it, it was like, okay, he had a whole house. He before he had the barbershop business, if you really don't say what he was doing, but they must have been doing something good because they were able to open an art gallery and get a barbershop business going
Right.
and very, very well. So I mean the way they were acting like he was just so, that I was surprised and I was glad that he had a house. But like I said, my heart just went out to this dude the whole entire book. Like, oh, he didn't even go back to his house. He took the apartment, over
Right.
the barbershop because he didn't want to have to deal with those memories. And then when he took her to the house and she went in the baby's room, girl, how you write that? Did you cry? I know some people say they
I
cry.
did get emotional. I actually wrote that in like in pieces. Like I didn't write that like the from the house to the mom's house. Like I didn't write that whole thing, and it took like 3 days for me to write it because I literally was like, okay, I need to take a break because
Okay.
I was like kind of struggling how I was even going to get her memory back. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay, this would be perfect. But I was like, I know it's going to be in the house, but how? So then once I like did the baby thing and I wrote about the bear and I was like, okay, Taylor, okay. And then I did like
Yes.
the mural and everything. I was like, all right, we got to come back to this.
Yes. Yes. Um, and when her and Tori, how did y'all feel since y'all here? How did y'all feel about her going into the baby's room and everything and all of that? So why they thinking and putting that in the chat? I felt for Tori, like gonna tell her you're gonna have an abortion, you were gonna have an abortion and blah 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 and all of that. And when Tori was like at that point now she's being careful because she doesn't want her to black out and freak out
Right.
again. So she's being careful what she's saying. And I just the way she was like, I wasn't gonna have an abortion. Where she's no, you. I'm glad she was like, no, you weren't. You were not going to do that. Dang, I had another thought that came. I told you I'd be all over the place.
I know you're fine.
All over the place when I be trying to think of stuff. Um, yeah, that baby scene almost took me out. Like I said, I hate that her mother was so. How you not care about your own grandchild?
Like didn't even like really did not acknowledge it. Like was just like you're gonna get rid of it. Like it just happened. Like
And then the baby lived. So what were you gonna do if the baby had lived longer than a couple of hours? I mean, I know you're not gonna say, but I'm just saying, like, what
right.
were you gonna do? What were you gonna? How was you gonna, let him
And if,
take the baby and tell him go away and don't
that's
come or
how
what?
no, that's how I was gonna when I if I would have had the baby live like I originally was going to at first, it was
Hmm.
gonna be like she didn't have anything to do with the baby. Like she was just gonna basically write him off and just put them both off to the side. Like they don't
Wow,
exist. Yeah, she
wow.
was gonna. So if I was like, no, I can't add the baby in there because this is already a lot for them to deal with, and the baby would just be like a breaking point for everybody.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Um, I know there's more. What did I put in my notes? Telling y'all, I'm just got my notes. I be having my notes, y'all. I be having all
Hey,
of
I
them.
be having to do it too because even when I'm writing, I be like, wait, did I say that or did I do that?
Hmm. Dang it. I didn't write a whole lot because I knew I was gonna remember a lot. But Austin. So we don't know who Austin's love interest is yet.
No, Austin is going to actually have somebody who's going to be, I can say this because it's not spoiling anything. She's going to be actually new to the city. So she's
Okay.
going to be new. And then when you guys, get more into Austin, you guys will kind of see more so why he is how he is, of course. So yeah, he's
Okay.
gonna have like a new love interest that's new to everybody.
Okay. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. The fact that after she left and had to go get herself together, which I want to say she made me mad. Well, when
Right.
he told her to wait, and he didn't want her to have to deal with that by herself, he told her to wait, and she didn't wait. I get it. Sometimes you just feel like I need to do this for me, and that's a lot. Like especially when all of her memory came back, that's a lot to take on. And so you want to go. She wanted to go and do it by herself. But then I was scared when he walked up on her, when Daniel walked up on her and was like, "So you was just gonna leave." I was like, "Oh God, if he does something crazy, I'm gonna be so mad." If he put his hands on her, Zachary gonna lose his mind. Like
Yeah.
the memory when she had the dream about him going to jail for the guy that bumped
Oh
into her or
yeah.
whatever. I was like, oh Lord, it's gonna happen for real. It's gonna happen for real.
Yeah, I really like out of all my male characters, Zach is definitely like in my top five, probably honestly my top three. And I just felt like he had dealt with so much already that I like wouldn't have even put him in that position to where he had
Mhm,
to. So I'm like he's like the whole book like, and I don't usually make not saying he didn't have a reason to be sensitive or whatever, but I don't usually make my guys that like vulnerable or anything.
mhm,
So like I really like that he was, he wasn't afraid to show his emotions and everything. So I was like I didn't want to keep on putting that much stress on him. So that's why
mhm.
like I didn't make the whole Daniel thing go left cuz I was like he's already dealing with enough. Like,
Right, he's a jerk enough.
yeah.
He's a jerk enough. Oh, and her friend. Here she
My,
go. Sorry, that's Suri. I'm not
fine.
talking.
Mine does it all the time. She'd be like, "How can I help you? You can't help me.
Right.
Go away."
Right. Her friend in the town that she lived in, um,
Monica? Was it Monica or Morgan? I think it was Monica.
was it Monica?
I think it was Monica.
Well, she don't seem real happy.
Yeah, no. She
Are we gonna see a little bit of her in the future?
yes. I haven't decided if she'll get her own. book per se, but you
Uh-huh.
will see like more of her stuff because she's kind of like how Noah was. She's like basically like in a standstill for life. Like she just
Mm-hmm.
takes care of home and kind of just, you know,
Takes care of her baby. But you could
yeah,
tell she wasn't. You wrote it
right.
enough. It's like, ooh. I'm always at this point when I'm reading, like, ooh, there's another story right there. I told Ashley
Yes.
Nicole that one time. I was like, I see about 5 different stories in here, and she was like, hell, where? I see. I don't know what
I'm
book it
the
was. I
same
was
way
like,
though.
girl, I see this spinoff, and I see that spinoff. And she's like, just gone somewhere. I don't see all of that, but you see. I'm like, oh
I'm the
man.
same way. And even in you know, I don't know if you went all the way to the end, but like where I asked the questions for people to email me, people
Mhm.
like some people have said like they want to see more of her stuff, and I've kind of been like brainstorming different things about her and you know what's going on in her marriage and stuff like that. So I am considering giving her her own, you know, book to kind of, even if it's just a novella, just to kind of tell her story, you know, what's
Okay.
not told throughout the other books.
Hmm. So when she came back and he was like, now okay, you had some time, now I need some time. I was like, don't be like that. And my mom was like, don't be like that. I mean, I get it, but come on, bro, don't be like that. But the
Right.
fact that she went to the house, I was like, oh, that is so like that touched me. I ain't gonna lie, that touched me. Like
Yeah.
she went to where she needed some comfort. She didn't want to be up under Tori, and he had told her about her room, all of her art supplies and everything.
Yep.
I'm so I could think, and it just always keeps saying back to the mother, like this heifer, this old biddy, and she wasn't old. That's the thing. It wasn't like
She
she was some
wasn't.
old biddy. Like
Right.
you just,
She's
oh
just
god,
mad. She's like hated her life. And it's like your daughter legit has someone who treats her like a queen and you
a whole
hate
slew
that.
of her like a queen. Their whole little circle supports one another. You know, pushes
She
each other to
bragged on
do
her.
right, to do well in the whole nine. I mean, like I thought that was I thought it was interesting that she went back to the house and was staying there like this is my house, so I'm going home.
Right. Like I'm
Good,
going
good.
where I'm the most comfortable.
Right, good for you. And so then when she had to go and confront her mom and he went with her, and the thing, like I said, the things that her mother was saying, and then this little doofus stepdad sitting there like co-signing all of that nonsense. I mean, and then when he was like, "You never," when he finally let her handle it, and when he said, kept saying, "My wife, she ain't your wife." Well, she ain't your daughter either, ma'am.
Right. No, for
Like,
real. If it wasn't for you, that would be his wife. Like,
and then had the audacity when he lost his business to call and blame her.
and for the
I
other
was
people's
so
business too.
okay, so I'm thinking you about to wrap this up in a nice little neat little bow. And the mama don't call her and say when she called, oh, it's my fault. I'm so sorry. No, this heifer called and was still blaming her. I was like, okay, Tay, take it all the way to the end. Keep that hatred going,
Yes.
girl. Keep that hatred
Yes.
going.
We consistent over here.
You know what? I'm glad. I mean, that's good. That's good. That's really good. That's good. So, you tell us a little bit about what's going on. So, tell me a little bit about some of your other stories. I've been seeing where you are. You like these small towns. I see you working on another small town that you're ready to
Yes.
drop next week.
Yes. So next week, if I could talk, Sunday actually, and then there was You that drops. And it's kind of more of like an urban romance. So there's another, of course, you know, Made Up City, but that one is more for like my urban romance books or whatever. Like I guess the romances with more edge or whatever to them.
Mm-hmm.
And that takes place in the city of Linwood, and it's basically about a threesome that's gonna go wrong, and wife
Oh,
never invite another woman into your bedroom.
and this is real tea. This is really
Yes. So it's like, yeah, it's about a threesome that's gone wrong, and why you should never invite another woman into your bedroom. And yeah, so it's a lot of, I don't even know. It's not even ratchet. It's just a lot of craziness
Stuff,
thrown into
a lot
one
of stuff
thing.
going on.
Yes. So, the main girl, her name is Seven, and she's a college student, a broke college student. And basically, she's propositions. If you have a threesome with me and my boyfriend, I'll pay you. And well, things go left from there, and decisions have to be made. And so, yeah. So
Okay.
that takes place in Linwood. And then, of course, I have my two romance cities, which is Butteridge Falls and then Maple Hills. And those would kind of like intertwine some, but more so they'll be like, independent, cities or whatever. But I kind of just want to have like my own little state, colony, whatever you want to call it, where I could just, intertwine if I want to. But yeah, um, let's see. So there was Remember the Time. Before then was The Sweet Spot, which came out, and that's the Maple Hills book. That was the first book in the Maple Hills. And basically that's about the two main characters lost their parents, so they're kind of like dealing with their grief together, and it's a friends to lovers story.
Mm-hmm.
And then before then was D&D, and that's more of kind of an urban romance too. So that takes place in Linwood as well, and that's about an Instagram model, and the hero owns a weed dispensary, and they have a one night stand.
I think I looked at that.
And yeah, that one was really popular with everyone. They have a one night stand. Comes to find out, the one night stand, they don't see each other for 2 years after that. The hero goes to jail following that. When he gets out, the heroine learns that he's not as trustworthy as he seemed to be that night. A baby's thrown in there, married, a whole bunch of nonsense is thrown. Yeah,
Woo,
a whole bunch
woo.
of entanglements are thrown in there. And so there's another story where, decisions have to be made, and the hero and the heroine kind of got to learn how to coexist with each other
Mhm.
after not knowing, each other, finding out stuff about one another. And so that one was fun to write. Like that one was one of like probably my most favorite books to write, D&D. It was like fun, and it flowed like really, really easy for me.
Oh, okay.
Let's
Allegra,
see, y'all
Allegra
say what's
cracks me.
up
I love
here.
Allegra.
Y'all say what's up, girl? Y'all bankrupt and Daniel was about to be picked up in it. Yes, because I couldn't let Daniel and them just get off scot free. I'm like, nah, y'all gotta have some karma too. Like, what can I do? Because y'all no, y'all not about to just get off scot free after y'all play with this girl's
And
life.
continue to live just a little happily ever after life. I want her to see her mother walking down the street and she ignore her. Or I want her mother to come in her art gallery and she put her out or something
Yes.
like
I'm
she on
definitely
hard
gonna
time.
like.
Like she's on hard time. Let me tell this story. Write my own damn story. But I'm just
No, it's
saying,
fine. I
like
definitely want to have like a scene where like in the upcoming books where the mom shows back up and kind of shows how Noelle like handles it now that she has like her memories back. She's flourishing, and the mom's just
Mhm.
like not flourishing. She's so I definitely am gonna have like one of those scenes where it shows where they're all together and the mom kind of like appears.
Okay. Okay.
Everyone's like,
Okay.
you should have had her beat her up. I'm like, this wasn't a beat up story.
No, I mean, even when you mad with your mama, you don't want to put your hands on your mama.
Right.
You know, I used to
Even if she was
say,
a witch.
right. I used to be like, ooh, I used to be walking around praying, Lord, you said respect your mama and your daddy, honor your mother and your father. Ooh, Lord, it's hard. It's hard. My daddy was a piece of work. He was a
Been
piece of work.
there. My high school years, woo, me and my mama used to clash heads like oil
Oh,
and water or fire, whatever the saying is. That was me and my mama. We did not get along when I was in high school at
ooh,
all.
Lord. So I get it. I get it. I truly, truly get it. Well, I thank you for
Let's say,
let
mom,
Zach's
do
mom do it.
it.
Oh,
Her mama would do it too. She do not play by Noelle. That is her daughter.
that's her daughter. And now she's about to have another baby. I thought that was cute too.
Oh
I
yeah, the
thought
baby.
That was
Yeah,
that was the new baby, and I like the fact that the group embraced Lizzie, even though she was at first she thought she was a little.
she was the enemy at first.
But then I like the fact that she found somebody that she was gonna end up with, and how she was encouraging him as a female. Don't do her like that. Don't
Right.
go talk to her. Go talk to her. So yeah, I like that Lizzie ended up being a cool person. Yeah, Zach's mom, she don't play about her children. I got
At
that
all.
loud
At
and
all.
clear. Loud and
I can't wait
clear.
to write her in Austin's book because he's just so like,
Get him together. Get Austin
yes,
together.
like he's gonna be that one that's gonna need that tough love, and I cannot wait to write like his parents with him.
Okay. Okay. Y'all have any other questions? It's Friday. I be trying not to stay on too long. So if
Oh,
you
this
have
was
any other questions,
fun.
feel free to drop them. I'm so glad you reached out, because I was just gonna be like, oh, they can come on and talk about their books. They can come on and just talk about it and tell us all about it. But then I wanted to read it. So after I was like, oh, let me read it. I can knock this out because I've been so far behind. But it's like I can knock this out. So it was really, really good.
Thank
So next
you.
Friday, I have my friend Bailey West is going to be here. She dropped her book today. Yes, she dropped her book today. Y'all, it's good. It's good. I couldn't say nothing, but I had some.
Right.
It is really good.
I
True
can't wait to
Bailey
jump into
fashion.
her catalog.
True Bailey fashion. Not shouldn't say this is a little. This one is a little different. It surrounds a small town as well. It's got a small
Yes,
town.
to the small towns.
Yes, yes, I am loving you all's creativity with these small towns. So, it's a good read. I ain't just saying it because that's my girl, but it's a good read. And I'm gonna have to have double duty with her because I also am an admin in her group. So I gotta like make you come here first, and then we'll do
We'll double dip. We'll go there next.
I group chat over there on the other side too. So
Definitely.
y'all get a chance to read it and join me next Friday. I would truly, truly appreciate it. I appreciate you all hanging out with me, letting me run my mouth on a Friday evening when you
Does
could be
her
doing
new book, does it cross
anything.
over with anything? Or is it like I can read it and it could be by itself?
This standalone. This is these are all new characters.
Okay, maybe I'll
This
try to read that by next Friday so I can at least join in and then I'll go start from her
Yeah,
beginning.
these are all yeah, you won't miss these are all new
Okay,
characters, all new
cool.
characters. Yep. So
Thank you
thank
guys
you,
for
Allegra, for
tuning
joining us. I know you be doing a million things, so I thank you for
in.
taking time out of your busy schedule, ma'am, to join us. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm so very, very serious. I know it's an hour earlier for y'all. To it's 7 o'clock for us, but
Right.
it's six. It
Oh,
was
there's
yeah,
Central.
yeah. They're
Oh,
central. So I appreciate them. I appreciate Monique rocking with me on Friday nights.
thank you, Monique. I'm glad you
Yes.
enjoyed it. I'm glad you guys all enjoyed it. I really loved writing this book. This is the first book I even made a playlist about and everything. Like everything literally was just like it
Okay.
like wrote itself for this book. Like it was really easy. I don't know. I love this
And
book
I know
though.
there's a lot of authors are doing the playlist now, which is great. I mean, I
I
hardly ever
suck
listen.
at them normally. This is like the first time I was actually able to write it. Oh my god.
See, she be busy. I hope your nephew is okay.
Yeah, me too.
Sending prayers.
Texting
Hope everything
family.
is okay. Um,
Definitely.
so again, thank you. You don't have to I'm gonna end this and then, but I just want to
Okay.
say thank you. And I'll keep it up in the group for about a week and then I'll upload it to the YouTube channel if you don't mind
Oh no,
and
that's
get some
fine.
views over there as well. All right,
Yes.
ladies,
All right. Thank
you all
you for
have a
joining me,
late,
guys. Make sure you get
great,
my
great
book next
evening.
Sunday. You can
Yes.
pre-order it now.
Okay, and I will definitely promote it when it drops. Y'all have no idea how excited I am that this did not drop. Boy, they should have had, and this is gonna sound crazy. I don't, but like some areas don't have it.
Right.
We just switched over to fiber today. Like they've been working for a week or so,
I wish we could
but
get it.
we just got fiber, and I'm telling you, nothing. We didn't drop. I didn't hear no feedback. Lord, I'm in business now. I am so in business. I got
Yes.
my AirPods in my ear. Y'all don't understand. Anyway, y'all have a great weekend, and I
All
will
right.
see
Thanks,
y'all
ladies.
throughout the week.
Bye.